You're about to listen to episode 2 of Vampire the Requiem the First Night. It's the first season of our Requiem podcast, here on Dork Tales. This episode was originally supposed to be just one episode, but it grew to about an hour and a half long, and I wanted to make sure that you had this in digestible chunks. So this is part 1 of episode 2. I also want to warn you that season 1 has some significant audio problems because we were just getting started. We've remedied most of these for season 2, and in order to make sure that you stick with us, we're also making it so that season 2 does not have to follow season 1 for you to understand the plot. If you stick around, you're going to have a great time with great characters and some great drama, but if the audio is a little rough for you, you can skip ahead when season 2 drops and you won't miss much. We hope you enjoy this, and thanks for sticking with us here on Dork Tales. Vampire the Requiem the First Night is an actual play podcast. I'm your storyteller, Kelly, and with me are my 3 players.
Hi, I'm Winter. I'm playing Brigette Wright.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm playing Sable Norwood.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Anna Chapman.
So if you caught the episode last time, we had a brief interlude where all of the characters met up for the first time and were propositioned by a contact named Martin Turner, who asked them to hunt down a missing vampire. Not just any missing vampire, though, his childer. The characters agreed to help him out and repay a favor that existed from back in the day. And we're going to jump in right here with them still being in the side little VIP room. Martin having just left the room, the buzzing of flies following him out. And that's where we'll begin. The door shuts.
So we could either, as we were talking about, investigate her apartment or check out where she works.
The school. Yeah.
Which is closer?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a phone?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah,
You definitely
it
would.
definitely does.
Alright, so a quick check shows that she's actually pretty lucky. She lives within about 2 kilometers of her school.
Oh, okay.
They're about equidistant, though.
Okay.
I would say that...
Which neighborhood is this?
So she lives in New Westminster, but she teaches in Maple Ridge. So basically right next door to each other is when the district lines change.
Okay.
They're about the same. I think going to her house will bring up more clues before we get to the school, but also she could be hiding there or something. There could be.
Alright.
I don't
Well,
know.
let's organize ourselves to go to her house.
Okay.
See what we can find, and then if we have enough time tonight, we can check her work.
Sounds good. I think we should.
I always wanted to break into a school.
I know.
Well,
It's
here
not
you are.
It's not as adventurous or exciting as you think it is.
Same with experience?
No, of course not.
Oh, never. Not you.
I saw it in a movie once. It looked quite fun.
Anyways,
Shall we go?
yeah. Should we get a taxi or...
Yeah, probably.
I don't have a car.
No, I didn't bring mine tonight.
Sable?
Don't look at me. I use a bus.
Alright.
Gross. Okay.
Yeah.
So you head outside the Notch 8, dropping some money to pay your bill. Who's paying?
I'll pay.
Okay. So you leave probably a 50 on the table to pay for everything. Head out. It's pissing rain. That's what Vancouver does. It's October 25th, a Thursday, and the streets are full of shuffling people. The sound of shoes and high heels floods around you, and you're lucky though. Just out front as you step out, you can see a dark-skinned man in need of a shave, wearing a baseball cap, standing next to a cab. He looks over at you, makes eye contact. Do you need a cab?
Yes, please.
You're lucky. I just got on shift.
Oh, perfect.
Come on in.
Great timing.
Yeah.
We appreciate the service.
He opens the back door for you, and you 3 cram into the back. He shuts the door, and where are you going? Do you have an address?
I'll give him the address to New Westminster.
Sounds good. And he starts to drive off. Can I get everybody here to give me a wits and composure roll as you're getting into the cab? There are so many people on the street. I know there are so many people on the street. I want you to do this at a -2.
Ooh.
So subtract 2 dice from your roll.
Oh,
Okay. So it means One success.
One success. Okay. As you get into the cab, one success, two successes. Winter?
Yep.
Okay. As you get into the cab, you notice that the doorman is intently watching you.
From the Notch 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he there when we first got there?
He was there when you got in there, and as you get into the cab, you can see him reach his sleeve up to his lips and speak like into a comm system or something. He's radioed.
I'll point him out to the other two.
Who slides in first?
Me.
Okay. In second?
Sure.
Okay. So you're the last one in? Alright. Do you lock eyes with the doorman as well?
Yeah.
When he notices you notice him, he'll smile and nod at you, mouthing, "Have a nice night." Or something like that. It's hard to tell.
What a peculiar fellow.
After a bit of struggling against the uphill traffic, like salmon swimming upstream, the cab manages to get in. Before long, you're driving across town. Are you chatting in the back or trying to make idle conversation with the driver? How do you spend the cab ride?
A little bit of both. I'll try to talk to the driver, see what kind of personality he has, and talking with these two.
Okay.
Probably mostly listening and looking out the window or throwing comments in here and there.
So it'll be casual conversation. He's a little too forceful with some of his comments. Probably shows that he's not exactly comfortable around this many young women. In fact, that's one of the statements he makes. So, where are so many pretty women going on a Thursday night?
Oh, we're just checking with a friend.
Going to a friend's house.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
That should be.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So what do you do for a living?
Me? Oh,
Any of you?
Well, I'm still studying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Working on maybe some prep for going into college.
That's really good. I go to SFU.
Really?
I do night school when I'm not
school.
driving. It's dangerous though. This is a hard city. And he reaches back and you notice you don't take cabs terribly often, but I mean this is a sedan, but there's this thick layer of bulletproof glass between you two, and like all the payments are made through slots. It's just not a comfortable environment. You can tell why so many people are pushing to get Uber up in British Columbia. He taps the glass. If you don't believe it, actually just 2 nights ago, I had a man try to mug me.
Oh no.
It's difficult though. It's hard to stick a gun through the slot.
Just a little bit.
I told him he could give me the gun, I'd give him change.
Good one.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Does anyone here have the streetwise skill?
I have 1 point. 1 point in it.
Okay, Amy, can you make me a wits and streetwise or composure and streetwise? Either would be acceptable.
I'm gonna go with composure and streetwise.
Do it at a -1.
Okay. At a -1, so that means I've just got those. This isn't a
So
Ooh, I have a -2 on all social interactions with humans.
it's not a social interaction.
Okay, cool. Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope.
So it's like the windows are misted up from the rain. They're just coated with water. But thankfully, you're not giving off any body heat, so they're not fogging. They're definitely just smeared with rainwater, and Vancouver is a black hole for light. It always has been, and I never understood why. A city with that many streetlights somehow manages just to bleed darkness onto the streets. It's impossible to see where you're going until you drive past it, which you realize is exactly what's happened here. The exit to New Westminster, it's that one, isn't it, you think? As the cabbie puts on his blinker, you recognize this area. You're over by the one of the playhouses. The cabbie pulls in to a parking garage. I think I took a wrong turn. Hold on just one moment.
Okay.
Winter, glancing around the cab now, you notice that the door handles on the inside of the car have been removed. And the locks are not here as well.
I direct the other two with my eyes, but I don't make any sudden movements to the doors.
Okay. He drives into the parkade, swipes a card that lifts the arm in front of him. And he drives up 3 floors into the parkade. And then this parkade is barren. Not a single car here. Now he rounds a corner and you can see a pair of vans. He pulls up next to them, puts the car in park. I think this is your stop.
Perfect.
Good.
The van's rear doors both open, almost in unison, and a pair of thick-necked thugs step out, one of which you'll recognize. His name's Travis Allen. His neck is as big around as his biceps, which is saying a lot. It's like looking at a horse stuffed into a leather jacket. All the way up to his jawline are swirling tattoos, burned black ink. Multiple piercings survived the embrace, multiple piercing scars from where they had been ripped out in fights, in ritual scarification. He stands next to the van, and you can see something dark in his hand, dangling behind his back, just obscured by his right leg. It looks kind of like a hammer. You can see just the edge of the claw. There's a chunk noise, and your door is open.
Don't think this evening is going to go quite the way we expected it to.
Nope.
Here we go.
Who steps outside?
I do.
Yep, Anna does. Anna does.
Is it Anna or Anna?
I don't know. That's
It's
my
right
mom,
in front.
Anna. Sorry.
Anna steps outside. And as she does, you can smell just... this place reeks. It's a combination of sweat and urine and the vapors of tobacco and pot clinging to this place, but not good. It smells like there was like a homeless encampment here not that long ago. And looking around, you can see used syringes laying around. You can see crumpled newspapers, used condoms, detritus just everywhere. Who else is stepping out of the car?
I do.
Okay. Winter, are you getting out too?
I take a moment.
Okay. The other van has a red light on the interior, and although it's a white panel van, is actually looks like it's lined with velvet. It looks like a shaggin' wagon on the inside. Travis watches you wordlessly, but from the other van, the shaggin' wagon, a pair of 9-inch heels touches down on the ground. Rhonda, one of the two bigwigs of the Circle of the Crown, steps out. Wearing a golden snake skin skirt, tight top, and little red leather jacket. Her hair teased, blonde, and big in that so big it's back in again 80s style. Anna, Sable, and Brigette, as I live and breathe. Well, sort of, Rhonda says as she steps out. Now, you've had some encounters with Rhonda in the past.
I'll get out of the car now.
Now, who is it? It's, she has a little plaything named Logan Thatcher. Logan is connected to you, or is it to you? Is it to you?
Yep.
Okay. So, Logan Thatcher's her little drug mule / pusher boy. And she's the queen bee of that little drug and fuck community. You know Rhonda. She's the one, if anything, she's almost a madam. She runs these orgy houses. You buy a ticket to get in, a couple $100 a pop, and then everything inside is consensual. Everything there's a room for. It's a good gig. She's offered you a ticket before. Just spectate. She steps out, looks you over. Sorry for the detour. I was hoping that we could have a quick word.
Good evening. What's it about, Rhonda?
Step into my office, she says, gesturing toward the panel van. She'll step back in, and you'll hear her collapse on something with a psh and a slight crinkle.
Anna will walk over to the doors.
As Sable takes a step forward, Travis will lean forward on his other foot and will mutter as you pass, "Don't fucking try anything."
Shrug. Sure thing.
As you step up in, the carpeting of the van is at least an inch deep.
Oh no.
Your boots sink into it, and as you step up, you can see that it actually has a few beanbag chairs laying around.
That's not what I expected.
Rhonda has collapsed on one and is playing with her hair over one finger, curling and recurling the blonde lock. You can see almost all the way up to where her panties would be up that snakeskin skirt, and then the milky thighs go all the way to the top.
Oh, she's not wearing any panties.
No, she's not.
Oh,
She's got places to be. She doesn't have time for underwear, and you don't wear underwear with snakeskin.
oh no.
Alright.
She smiles, reaches into a little mini fridge that's built into the back of the driver's seat. Drink? Here, drink up. And she throws something cold and slick against your chest.
Ugh.
Do you try to catch it before it hits the ground?
Yeah.
It is a bag of O-negative blood.
Ooh, you're really going to share this?
Mm-hmm.
I think it means she wants something.
No, you're gonna give me something and I'm being nice about it. That's the way this works, remember?
That's the way the world works.
Yeah, how's Lynette?
Lynette. Lynette is not my concern, baby girl. Lynette, are you wondering how Mommy's doing?
Just last time I saw you, you were not in the best of... You seem fine now.
We don't really run the same scenes, you see. She's not, well, you know she's not any fun. That's why you ran away from home, isn't it? How's that going for you? You're not completely alone now. You've got the spear girl, and you've got, princess. You've got, like, the first and second estate just all lined up. Good for you. Must get lonely, though, not having any other support. But I'm not here to talk about old friends. I'm here to ask some questions. She snaps her finger at two of the men, and they'll shut the van doors.
Yeah, so what's up?
You had an interesting conversation with a friend of mine, and I'd like to know what was said. Martin Turner. He went and spoke to you in a little room in the Notch 8. What did that dirty boy have to tell you?
Not a whole lot of very much, actually.
I don't really believe you.
Why not?
Because you have a tell.
Aww.
It's when you open your mouth, you're talking shit.
Don't we all? Why are you so interested in Martin, of all people?
Yeah. Does he owe you something?
Ooh.
Not yet. But, I mean, that's...
You'd like him to?
No, Martin's an old friend. Let's just leave it at that. I'd like to know what Martin was asking for.
Could always ask him.
Martin won't tell me. We're that old of friends. However, you three could be very good friends.
What do you mean?
I could always use more friends. You help me out with this, and yes, I'll help you out with something in the future. I'm willing to buy the information if that's needed as well. What did Martin do that he needs to enlist your help for?
He's looking for an object.
Let's do a contested roll on that, Winter. So why don't you give me a manipulation plus subterfuge roll, and I'll do a wits and subterfuge roll as well to see whether or not I can pick out your lie. Is anybody trying to help Winter with this?
Yeah.
I'm trying to poker face it.
Okay. So before you roll, Winter, Caitlin, roll your manipulation and subterfuge pool as well. Winter, every success that Caitlin gets, you'll add as a dice.
And would I be able to add my majesty to this?
Are you turning it on?
Yeah.
Could I do manipulation and persuasion instead?
Yes.
Because I made a note saying that others subtract majesty dots from their wits and composure.
Nice. Okay, let me just double check what the thing on Majesty's activation
I left a tag on
you
it.
left a tag. Oh wow, that's so handy.
Yeah. I thought ahead.
Woohoo!
How did you get it?
3.
Okay, so add 3 to your roll, and then...
Should I do like a composure and something to poker face?
Damn, it was such
That she's saying something other than she's telling a lie?
Yeah, you can give me composure and subterfuge.
Sure.
Just tell me when I can roll.
Yep. There's no tag on Majesty. Oh yeah, there is.
Yes, there is.
Just wasn't sticking out as far.
Like I said, the book doesn't tend to have them stand off the page.
So you add any to presence rolls.
Okay.
Only applies when you're talking to people normally, not with other uses of Majesty. Anyone paying attention also subtracts. Okay. So subtracts. What's your Majesty rating?
1.
Okay. All right. So what'd you get, Amy?
I got 2 successes to not.
Okay. So
react
add
to
2
the
more.
fact.
So 2 and 3?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm good to go then?
Oh, they dropped the dice. It's gone forever.
Bye.
I got 2 successes plus their 5.
You roll those as extra dice.
Oh, cool. So then 2 and 3. I might all re-roll that.
All right. Yeah, you just re-roll the whole thing.
3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
All right, 5 successes.
Yeah. I redacted the last roll.
What kind of thing?
Something that he had from back in the first wall that he was embraced that was stolen. Yeah. And he wants it back.
Tell you what. What's he giving you to help you, or to have your help getting it back?
I don't think he's really asking for much, and we're not asking for much.
I think we're just getting a favor or something. We didn't
Yeah.
really discuss the...
He helped me out back in the day, so...
I'm going to make you an honest offer.
Honest, eh?
Mm-hmm. Tell me everything. Let me take care of it for Martin. And whatever the favor he gave you was, I'm pretty sure I can make it twice as good.
Isn't there a whole sort of rule set about owing each other favors and paying them back? You know, vampire society and whatnot?
It's such a dirty word.
it is what it is. Plus, if we can say fuck, bitch, cunt, that kind of thing, then why not?
I mean, I wouldn't use those words, but I'm a lady. She crosses her legs very, very broadly at that point, giving you a perfect flash.
Sable rolls her eyes.
Look, I'm not here to fuck around, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Help me help the city.
What do you mean? Is there something happening in the city?
Yeah, whatever the Carthians do is bad news. Has been since the bulk of them showed up 2 years ago. It's before your time. Trust me, it's not good. Right now, the Circle is keeping them in check. But they're making moves, and they're making headway. And if you help me, well, maybe you wouldn't want to. The Lancea and us, we get along okay. Kind of diametrically opposed on the board, though. But you, and you, we could be good friends. And we could be good neighbors.
I'll just sit back into the chair and kind of start playing with my nails.
Okay. Help me stop whatever they're planning. Whatever this item is, it's enough that Martin sent his little collection network buzzing. What is it, a bomb? Explosives?
No, it's just one of his old items.
Unfortunately, it's
Accessories.
nowhere near as...
The information we got wasn't as complete as we'd like it to be, so we need to know a little bit more to tell you any more than that.
Whatever it is, he has hired you to find it.
Essentially, yeah.
That's the wording he used. To find it.
I think it was to retrieve. So to bring it back to him.
Are you sure that's exactly how it was said? Because if there's any bit of room for a loophole, then anything you'd be worried about, I could always give it back to him. Make it more convenient for you. It would be better for the city, and it would be better for you in the long run.
I don't see how.
Well, why don't we think on this and give you a little ring?
Please?
Thanks.
Plus, the item might be long gone.
Let's hope so.
It's true, we might be falling cold.
It could be like that necklace from Titanic, lost at the bottom of the sea.
Lost forever.
I don't want to be coy.
But you do it so well.
You're all fresh meat. It would be a really smart idea to make powerful friends up front and being snarky little bitches when a wolf comes and offers help and friendship is a really stupid move. That's a free one because the next one's just going to take it. They're not going to ask to be your friends. They're not going to offer a hand up. They're just going to smash your brains into the gutter. But if you find anything, I'd love it if you told me. And I'd be very thankful for it. And I'm sure the city would as well. I could even put in a good word with Prince Emil.
Yeah. If we can at least maybe locate which pawn shop it might be in. If it's in a pawn shop.
Just be careful. Martin's not as nice as he seems like he is.
Is that why you're not such good friends anymore?
That could be one reason.
Then why do you want to help him so bad?
I don't think she wants to help him.
No.
You want to repair bridges. We're all just neighbors. Vancouver's not that big of a city after all.
Well, and also if you were able to get us right after walking out of the Notch 8, why couldn't you have gotten him when he came out?
Because I wanted to talk to you.
Well, you probably could have gone to the subject a lot faster if you just talked to him.
She peers at you, Winter.
Oh no.
Are we on the same page? She says, firing a look at Anna instead.
Yeah, no, I get you.
We speak the same language?
We do speak the same language.
I think we could get along just fine, and I would really like that. Okay?
Yeah. I'll give you a ring a little later, okay?
Please.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Just help me stop the Carthian fucks. Okay?
For sure.
Thank you. Hamid will take you wherever you need to go. Are you gonna drink that?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
No worries.
I'll hand it back.
She'll put it back in the fridge, because why waste it?
Alright, good blood.
And you don't take it with you, that's too obvious. Right?
Yeah, no. I'm good.
Yeah.
Get one of those beer helmets with 2 blood bags. This is delicious.
Okay, cool.
Alright. She'll kick the side of the van with her high heels. And they will open with a slight wrench. The 2 thugs will be standing on either side. The cab is just waiting there. The engine's still idling.
Okay.
And we'll leave the
Travis?
van. Travis. Yeah.
He's kind of standing over in the shadow by his van, which is one of the vans is the white van with the shaggin' wagon is a white panel van, definitely like a pick up the kids van.
Yeah.
And the other one's like a black. Actually, no, it's a brown Ford Econoline is the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with one of those. It's basically it's like a full-sized van, the kind that would have a little ladder on the back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, those things are really simultaneously very comfortable and uncomfortable on the inside because like the seats all have that kind of like furry carpeting.
I remember.
Where like you get up and you've got like a road map on your skin. You're like, what the shit?
Yep.
I know how to get to the Shire now. Follow it straight up my ass. All right. I'll probably edit that out later. Or not, just leave it in. Leave everything in. All right. So you head back into the cab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will leave the van and do a little wave over her shoulder and be talking to you later.
She smiles.
That was fun.
The driver drives off, and if you don't engage with him, he will just drive you to New Westminster.
Good.
He drives you over to New Westminster. The ride gets hillier and hillier. Before long, you're there at Westmere Heights. It's one of the old buildings in town. One of the taller ones.
Now, did we ask him to drive us all the way there, or did we tell him to drop us off a few blocks before?
Okay. Then, yeah, you can totally... Where would you have said him drop you off? That was my assumption.
Yeah, I probably would have been like, here's good. Just
Okay.
kind of like a few blocks before.
So he drops you off at the corner of like a 7-Eleven or something nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
It's a
good.
good one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a very good chance that she'll just have someone follow us.
Probably.
Still.
He lets you out and then drives off into the night without saying goodbye. It's still raining in New Westminster as well, and your hair starts to get plastered to your face as soon as you step out.
Oh, good.
Attractive.
Yeah.
It's my normal look.
She'll pop her hood up. Boop. Her coat's got a hood.
Nice.
A little capelet. Yeah, it's cute.
Little capelet.
Oh, capelet. It's cute.
Oh,
That's your new nickname, capelet.
Capelet.
okay.
Hmm.
Shall we?
Yeah, we'll start walking.
While we're walking,
Towards it.
Martin, I believe, gave me a cell phone number that I can reach him the last time we talked.
He did.
I contemplate trying to ask him about Rhonda, but I'll pocket the phone for now.
Okay. So
and see
you,
what we find.
so you pull it out and fiddle with it for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You can see your friend fiddling with the burner phone that she was handed.
Mm.
He handed you a burner phone, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
Most Nosferatu
Or no, he gave you a business card. That's
Business
what it
card,
was.
okay,
It was
yeah.
a business card with a restaurant or something on it.
Okay, yeah, he gave me a way to be able to contact him.
You think about it for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk, it's just such a... It's repetitive to say, but such a dark area of town. But before long, you find it. Westmere Heights apartments. Well over a dozen stories tall, which at the top of one of these swooping New West hills, far taller than the rest of the landscape. The building is built in a neo-Gothic style. Large blocks and a thick stone wall tipped with black spires of wrought iron. All in all, about 12 feet. The front entry path has a wrought iron gate. No lock, but a couple of floodlights illuminate the front walkway, in theory keeping out the murderers and rapists.
Good luck.
Despite its outward veneer of opulence, that opulence faded decades ago. Walking up to the front, you can see that the lobby is encased in a security glass. You can tell because someone has put a brick up against the bottom enough times that it started to shatter and splinter like spider webs, but is held strong against the internal mesh. There's an intercom system. What do? Do you try to call someone? Do you wait? Do you just try to rip open the front door?
We have the room number that we need, right?
I believe so, yeah. She's up on the 4th floor, I think.
Okay. Can we see a list of the occupants in the building? Or like by their last name or anything?
Mm-hmm. You can definitely see that there is...
A person next door?
They don't list them by where they are.
Okay.
They list them just by last name for security reasons.
So buzzer is different than apartment number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the old style, though, where every surname gets a buzzer button,
Yeah.
like a little circular button. Strangely enough, though, there are 2 people here named Reed. There's Reed A and Reed M.
And can you remind me what the girl's name that we're looking
Annabelle
at?
Reed.
Annabelle Reed.
She's a kindergarten teacher. She's 24.
Yeah.
Oh, 24.
I think so. What'd you have?
I had 22.
She's 22.
Okay.
I'll tell these 2 my plan is
Mhm.
basically ring a neighbor if possible and say, hey, we're friends of what's her face? I don't think the buzzer's reaching her. Can you let us in so we can check out to see if she's upstairs or something
Yeah,
like
her phone
that?
could be off the hook.
Yeah, off the hook.
Off the hook. But I think, yeah, what's her face that's really gonna get us in?
Oh, no.
I know, I'm kidding you.
But you see what I mean? Like, maybe try to get someone on the same floor.
Yeah.
Or...
So as you're standing there arguing...
We're not arguing.
Well, as you're standing there talking, a very thick-browed man, tight, curly black hair, walks into the lobby and checks his mail slot.
Or...
Go, do your thing.
Do the thing?
Yeah, do the thing.
I'm going to try to get his attention.
Okay, how do you do
I'm
that?
doing a little rap on the window.
Tonk, tonk, tonk.
And I cover my, head with the rain pouring down my face.
He'll glance up.
I'm going to try to mesmerize him.
Okay, how do you... So he glances up. I guess he'll lock eyes with you. All right. So mesmerize.
As soon as it was my thing, I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing.
Just do your thing.
Do the
Dominate
thing.
the
That's why I
fuck.
thought you'd be good for this.
And I just stand there looking awkward.
Okay,
Soaking
so...
wet, both of us. Be like, let us in.
She's not even trying to cover her head or anything.
All right,
like,
so it's... he has a resolve of 3. Oh, it's versus. Versus.
Ooh.
And I use my full dominate pool for
You
it,
do,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
How many dogs to dominate do you have? 5?
3.
Ooh.
No.
All right, beat my 0 successes, bitch.
I got 2. I got 2.
2 successes.
2
All right.
successes.
So with 2 successes, what can you do?
I can use control with short commands.
Yeah, that's exactly... Yep, you inflict the mesmerized condition as well.
Yep.
Nice.
He mesmerized. There. That's it.
Cool. All right, so you lock eyes with him, and he will drop his mail on the floor, and it scatters everywhere. It looks like he must have just gotten back from a vacation or something.
I don't think he can hear me
Through the glass?
through the glass.
Probably.
So I'm going to motion with my finger, beckon him this way.
He'll walk forward, and you can see that a large black footprint stains one of the envelopes as he moves.
Ew.
And he'll walk over toward the door and stare at you dumbly through the glass.
She'll do it again.
Distractedly, he paws at the door until he finally does hit the release latch and opens the door.
Good.
Hi?
Good evening. She'll open the door wider.
So that we can get in.
So you can get in.
I walked right in.
Oh.
How are you tonight?
Not great. How are you?
Oh, I'm quite alright, thank you. Were you headed outside, or...?
No, I was just checking my mail.
Okay.
Oh, you dropped it.
Let's pick it up for you.
Okay. Thank
Back towards
you.
it.
You walk back over toward the mail. Do you help gather it up for him?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You have a good night. She'll give him a pat on the back. And can I drop it?
Yeah. Well, sort of. Like, it kind of fades out on its own, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Okay. So he's not stuck like that forever.
Oh, no.
I mean, you know, you can just basically be like, have a nice night.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
like walk off with that as your final command.
Yeah.
Oh. Give him a positive vibe.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, thank you.
I'll call the elevator if there's an elevator.
And he'll start walking back toward his apartment. You see that he's left his keys in the side of the in the side of the mail slot.
Poor guy.
Oh, dear.
You'll find them eventually.
He's a dentist. All right, so he makes his way back, leaving you alone in the lobby. A moment later, the elevator touches down. It opens. It's small. You can't imagine how, with a building with this many floors, they would be able to move anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
Oh, I know those
Oh,
ones.
no.
Like, how do you get a bed up? Well, time to carry it up 13 flights.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Is there even elevator music? Probably not.
No.
I will actually start humming that.
Oh, God. Can you not?
That's going to follow us now for the rest of the story.
The elevator opens on 4.
It's an elevator. There has to
Take
be
a glance, see which way we need to go, and then
Okay.
go the appropriate direction.
You take a left down toward 419. You head down to the end of the hallway, where just 2 rooms remain, 418 and 419, flanking out that wing of the apartment complex. Knock at the door.
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Your knock rings hollow.
Try to open the door.
The door will open.
Oh,
That's not good.
that's not good.
Hello?
The lights are out.
Hello?
I'm gonna try to stealth my way in.
It sounds fantastic if you'd like to
No,
do...
I don't have stealth. Never mind.
You can still
Just
try.
kidding. Oh.
Give it a try. Make me dex and
Could
stealth.
I try? Dex and stealth?
Yeah.
But it's not. But it's -1 for him.
-1.
So.
-1 for you for a thing?
What?
What's the -1?
For
unskilled.
unskilled.
I don't have stealth as a skill.
Yeah, so you're fine.
No.
Nope. I did not do the thing.
I'm not even trying to be stealthy here.
Okay.
Alright, so no.
Is there any sort of smell from the room?
Mm-hmm.
Like, before you even walk in the door, does anything, like, attack your senses? That
So to speak.
Well, like, normal. That, like, even a human would, like, be like, oh, that's really rotten food that's been left out, or something smells stale. Or...
Oh, yeah.
Garbage
garbage
has
has
been
been
taken
taken
out.
out.
Yeah.
I will say that it smells like the garbage hasn't been taken out, but it's actually covered up by kind of the lingering scent of...
Febreze?
No, lemongrass.
Lemongrass.
Is there a lemongrass plant anywhere?
No, but you can see that, like, as you walk in and you take a step through the front door, you hear a crunching under your feet.
I look
Oh.
Down there.
Glass. Broken glass.
Mm.
Now, the apartment itself opens directly into a hallway. On your left is the kitchen.
Okay.
On your right is a little closet, a small hallway that opens into the living room, and then another hallway juts down, probably leading into the bedroom and the washroom.
Okay.
The balcony is directly in front of you, on the other side of the living room. And the only light in here at all is just a little bit of light that's shining from down the bedroom hallway.
So we can kind of see, like, the reflection of light kind of coming from the bedroom area, but it's around the corner from where we
Yeah,
are.
so it's been you see really well in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Glancing down, you can see that a bunch of pictures that were hung on the hallway wall have been knocked to the floor.
And that's where the glass is from.
Yeah.
Broken frames.
Mm.
The wall itself has been scratched up.
So this looks like signs of a struggle? Kind of?
Definitely.
Or she
Anger.
freaked out. Yeah.
Seeing the pictures and it made her angry.
Yeah.
Can I
Well, that's what we're trying
investigate?
Sure, please make
Cool.
me an intelligence investigation roll.
Cool. Do I get a bonus for my specialty in details?
I'll give you extra details, yeah.
Woohoo!
What are the rest of you doing? Is anyone walking right in? I mean, your stealth is blown.
Yeah.
That crunch was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna walk right in,
Okay.
but I'm wondering if I should take pictures with my cell phone or if we're just writing things down.
So, Amy, how many successes did you get?
2 successes.
All right. So, Sable squats down and sifts through the glass.
Okay.
Flipping it over, you can see that there's a photo of graduating a young girl, the same one in the photo that you were shown earlier.
I'm gonna pull out my sketchbook and start, like,
Mm.
sketching out what I see.
It's graduation day, and you can see that it's her standing next to a plump old woman, probably in her 70s, maybe 80s.
More like a grandmother figure.
Definitely a grandmother figure,
Okay.
but very healthy and hale, you'd say. She's very rosy-cheeked in spite of her age.
It's a happy day.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the back of the photo? Like a name or a date?
Yeah, actually, it's just from earlier this year. Annabelle and Grandma graduation day, and then the date in June that she graduated, June 14th.
Okay.
There's another photo down there as well.
Mhm.
This is much older. It's of a young girl with that same pretty face, but obscured by a wide mouth of braces that she self-consciously tries not to smile around. It's a family photo from like a Walmart portrait studio with the swirly blue background behind it. There are a pair of people there, the father and the mother, and a younger brother. The father and the old woman share the same nose and eyes. You would bet that that's her son, Annabelle's father, and the mother is the spitting image of Annabelle. She can't be more than 11 or 12 in that photo. It's old, and a large scratch bisects the photo.
Can I hear anything else moving around in the apartment?
You can hear the slightest bit of squeaking.
Is it a class pet?
Not like nosy sounds or something?
No, sorry.
That's okay. I was like, it's my
No,
phone.
it sounds like metal on metal squeaking. Just slight.
I'll slowly move down the hall towards the sound.
As you step into the hallway, you can can see that the bedroom is illuminated with a single lamp. As you go in, the bedroom is small. There's a double bed. The cover's torn off. The sheets have large gouges in them.
Kind of what I expected.
The window is open and a cold breeze is cutting in. The carpet next to the window is soaked. And across from the bed, where the TV would be, on a little TV stand, is a hamster cage. Well, a rat cage, as it was.
Oh no.
And you can see laying on the floor the prone, splayed body of a rat. Its chest and stomach completely ripped open. There's very little blood.
Huh.
She needed to eat.
The rat wheel vibrates a little in the breeze, groaning metallically.
I'll close the window.
What's on the floor? Like, what kind of liquid?
Water for the window being open.
Oh, I see. It was raining.
Mm-hmm. The bathroom is connected to both the hallway and the bedroom here. It's one of those double door bathrooms.
Okay.
The light that you're seeing is shining from next to the bedside table, where it looks like in the middle of thrashing, a lamp was knocked over and broke, but not the bulb. The actual porcelain of the lamp itself has shattered, but the circuitry has remained intact, and the bare bulb just hums against the floor. A dull gray carpet that comes standard with all of these old apartments. Besides this looking like a murder scene, the room is comically comfortable. There's a live, laugh, love sign above the bed. There's wire strung from window to window with clothespins holding photos of happy things. There's vision boards on a table in the corner. It looks like with some paste set out, like someone was building on the vision board not that long ago. Now back in the living room where you are, Sable. Sable glances around and you can see that the front desk, the dining room, living room combination is strewn with materials. All sorts of coloring books, picture books, teach how to spell, teach how to read books, but also bills. Taking a moment to flip through them, they're student loan bills that show she had about $35,000 in debt a month ago. Now her accounts are showing zero. A $35,000 loan payment was made in the past month. Flipping through, there's one detail that you'll notice, and it's buried inside of a book next to the love seat that serves as her only seating in this room, aside from the chairs at the dinner table. The end of an envelope juts out from the pages of a novel. It's a romance novel, Shopaholic's Dream, How to Buy Love with No Returns, one of those type of books. Do you check it?
Of course, yeah, this is interesting.
Picking up the book, you can see that it has an envelope inside of it, widely torn open. Do you flip through it?
Absolutely.
A notice from New Westminster Hospice. It's fairly brief, but the message is very clear. Dear Miss Reed, first, our condolences. This is a very trying time in anyone's life. And here at New Westminster Hospice, we dedicate ourselves to making the final days as peaceful as possible. It is with no pleasure, but with satisfaction that we are able to offer you a space, as one has just cleared up. Please contact us with your availability for a move-in date at your nearest convenience. Signed, Director Keith O'Connell.
I want to look at the outside of the envelope and see which name it's addressed to.
Is addressed to Annabelle Reed.
I'll come back from the bedroom to meet the other two.
Okay. The postmark shows that it was sent within the past week.
And how many days has it been that
She's been missing for 3 nights from what I've got here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you let us know what you find?
Yeah. I guess that's why he was in such a rush to
embrace her?
Yeah. But, I mean, maybe we should check this hospice, because although she would have packed up her stuff by now. Wouldn't she?
It's hard to say. It looks like she came... I think she came back here, and all the happy memories, the pictures that showed what she was previously, upset her so greatly that she just lost herself.
Agreed.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello, is anybody in here? Annabelle?
What sort of voice does it sound like?
Male, young, a little bit of an odd inflection to it. Kind of like yours, actually. Well, as your character. Hello? Annabelle? Your door was open.
I'm gonna be making my way towards the bell. Oh, we are 4 stories up. Yeah. Are there any trees?
Did anybody
outside?
turn the light on when they were looking through the living room? No.
No.
A cell phone flashlight flashes across the living room. Hello? Is that you, Annabelle? What do you do? Vampire the Requiem, The First Night is a Dork Tales production, starring Caitlin Vinkel as Anna, Winter Hawley as Brigette, and Amy Godfrey as Sable. Kelly Clark's the storyteller, and also the guy speaking right now. Songs featured in this episode are Past the Edge, Unnatural Situation, Very Low Note, Floating Cities, This House, and Lightless Dawn, all by Kevin MacLeod. You can find him at incompetech.com, where he's got some great music, all for free. He's basically the king of the internet. Check him out. You can find more content like this at twitch.tv/dorktales or youtube.com/dorktales. And of course, we're putting more podcasts up all the time. So be ready for all of our Twitch and YouTube stuff to be up here in podcast form soon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in episode 2, part 2 of Vampire the Requiem, The First Night.